Hello and welcome to Catfish Trash Talk. This is episode 7. I'm your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host, Noelle Winters Herzog.
Hello, Tracey.
Hello. I would love for everyone that's listening to do us a really big favor. Follow us on social media. It's so much fun. I'm at Trixie Tuzini, TrixieTuzini on Instagram and Twitter. And Noelle's at Noe Girl.
Noe Girl everywhere.
Also, if you're listening and you love us, please give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, whatever it's called now. Who knows? Also, more importantly, if you're a new listener, you're going to be really excited because we have a Patreon with over 200 bonus episodes, including Unexpected Trash Talk, 16 and Pregnant Trash Talk, and our favorite podcast. It's a weekly podcast by me and Noelle where we talk about everything that's going on in our lives, and we just have a really fun time, and you get some hot takes on life.
We talk about everything under the sun.
We really do. It's called BS, and it's patreon.com/trash talk podcast. We're here to talk about season 8, episode 39 of Catfish, the TV show, Jeremiah and Linda.
Linda, listen to me, Linda. That was so cute.
So Cammy comes out guns a-blazing in a stay-at-home dog mom sweatshirt.
I mean, how do I not own one of these?
I don't know, but it's so cute. And they get an email titled, "Listen, Linda, listen," which is, I'm saying it like that because that's the viral video that went insane a few years ago of this little kid trying to negotiate with maybe his mom.
I think it was his mom. Yeah.
He's like, "Listen, Linda, listen, Linda, listen."
Oh, it was so cute.
So funny. So now we meet Jeremiah. He's 30. He's from Ohio. He's a single dad and a graphic designer. He also has a child that's a year and a half old.
Yeah, he has like a baby.
Yes. So now Linda is 30. She's from Florida. And they met on a dating app. And she messaged him first. But she doesn't know how to FaceTime because she's really not tech savvy.
I mean, I'm not tech savvy, but I know how to FaceTime.
Well, she picks up the phone. But she says that she can't hear him and she hangs up right away. And it's probably because he said that she really can't speak English well because she's Polish.
Right. So maybe she's like self-conscious.
Right. So this is what Cammy's like. Maybe she's self-conscious of her accent or whatever it is. So now he explains that he has a kid that's a year and a half old. And Neve said that this is the peak cuteness. And from here, it's all downhill.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I know. So now he explains that he was in a relationship with this woman, his baby mama, and then she got kind of scared off by his commitment to his religion and church.
Right. And it kind of drove a wedge between him and his parents also.
Right.
Because they wanted him to get married.
Yes. And he said that this Linda, she's just so exquisite. He used so many sizzle words.
Yes. Her beauty was immaculate.
Oh my God. So many sizzle words.
I would love somebody to say my beauty is immaculate.
Yeah. Well, you would have to call Jeremiah. He said that she's very godly. She has the same faith as him. And then I don't know, Noelle. I don't want to judge anyone, but at the same time, like they show a text. She's like, "Oh, how did the baby sleep?" And and his answer is, "He slept well, praise God."
Right.
Like, why do we always have to talk like this?
Okay, but is that like, do people really talk like that?
I guess he does.
I don't know. I'm not throwing stones. I guess because I don't speak like that. I can't imagine that other people do, but I guess they do. Right.
I guess so. So she doesn't have Instagram or Facebook, but she does have Snapchat.
Which is like, why would that be what you have?
Okay, can I tell you a story? I'm pretty tech savvy. I can't figure out Snapchat.
Oh, I'm on Snapchat all the time. I can't figure out TikTok. Like I can't figure out how to make a TikTok
I
video.
can't either. I'm not good at that either. But I think that Snapchat is one of the more complicated
more so than like Facebook,
or Instagram, where you just look at pictures. So she also gets nasty when he says, "Can we FaceTime?"
Right.
So she's from Poland. She came to America when she was 7 years old. She's a hairstylist, and both of her parents, just like usual Catfish,
they died
in a car wreck.
See, what I'm thinking is, though, she's been here for a while. She's been here for a few years.
Yeah.
She is a hairstylist. So she is self-conscious to speak on the phone.
But she could be a hairstylist.
But she could be a hairstylist. Right. And she also went to school for it too, here.
Right.
So
but she can't speak on the phone.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Also, maybe she just works in the Polish area of Orlando,
Sure. I mean, it's very popular.
Little Poland,
Hmm.
where she only does hair for the Polish people in
I would
Little
love to go
Poland.
to Little Poland.
Okay.
The food.
Honestly, if there was
Mhm.
maybe a hair salon / pierogi stand,
Yes.
that would be amazing.
Yes, that would be great. Potato pancake stand.
Oh, yum. Scooby Doo. Jeremiah wants them to Scooby Doo her and rip the mask off and reveal who she really is.
It's like, oh, so he all the way doesn't believe that this is her. He knows better.
He doesn't. And I got to tell you, the Scooby Doo reference reminds me of Saturday morning cartoons, which
Mhm.
really reminds me of eating delicious sugary cereal.
That was the best part in the morning.
Oh my God. Eating
Mhm.
like we used to eat so many different kinds of sugary cereal. And it was one
Yes.
of the best parts of being a kid, but we had to give it up because listen, it's full of sugar. It's basically junk you really shouldn't eat.
Yes.
We cannot eat that much unhealthy food. And God, it's just not good. And we found Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon has 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. And it's only 140 calories a serving. And Noelle,
Hmm.
it's gluten free,
And it's delicious.
but it's gluten free. I could eat it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's keto friendly, it's grain free, soy free, low carb, and GMO free. And there's a variety pack. Let me tell you about the variety pack.
Tell me.
4 flavors: cocoa,
Hmm.
fruity, frosted, and peanut butter.
I love the frosted. That's
All
my
right.
favorite.
I like the frosted, but guess what? Mixing the cocoa with the peanut butter tastes exactly like a peanut butter cup.
Oh, good idea.
And this cereal tastes exactly like regular cereal from your childhood, but it's super nutritious. It's delicious, but super healthy cereal that really brings like joy to your mornings or like late night snacks.
Yeah, that's the best time to have cereal.
Just throwing it out there. So you can go to magicspoon.com/catfish to grab a variety pack and try it today. Make sure you get the variety pack. You need all of these.
Yes, you have to try all of them and mix around. Mix them
Yes.
together.
Be sure to use our promo code CATFISH at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/catfish and use the code CATFISH to save $5 off. And we thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring this episode.
Awesome.
All right. So Cammie comes back with this water tumbler that is bedazzled to the nines with a crown on it.
But it's like, I want everything she has.
I like
All
her.
of her outfits, her house, her
Yes.
dog. I like everything I love her makeup. I love her
Yes.
eyebrows. Like,
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love her.
She's goals.
Yeah, she's great. She's so pretty.
She really is. So Jeremiah and Linda have been talking for 4 months, and we find out that the number that she's been using is a text app.
Okay. Again, there are many things I don't know. I don't really know what that is.
Okay. So basically what it is if you want to talk to someone and you don't want to give them your number, you could download an app and it generates a number for you.
So it's just like a temporary number? Like you just had it for a certain amount of time?
I don't know if it's temporary, but it's just not your real number. It's kind of like WhatsApp.
Okay.
Like it just goes to something else. Like they don't have your phone number. It's almost like when you're DMing on Instagram, they don't have your phone number. It's just in Instagram.
True.
And then if you delete Instagram, it's gone.
Interesting. Okay. That makes more sense.
So they take the phone number and they put it into Cash App to see if they could cross-reference this. And someone comes up and it says $fake here, HEER.
Yes.
And the person's name is Tevin, TEVIN.
Right.
So now Neve creates a fake Snapchat account.
I love him.
I know. And then adds Linda on Snapchat.
Right.
And she gets accepted. She has a story. So one of the stories is her cat sleeping. And then some like wooded area. That's
it's like the woods.
Yes.
Right.
So there's a location thing turned onto her Snapchat. And they find out that she's in Beaver Creek, Ohio, which is right outside of Dayton, which is where Jeremiah lives.
And it's like, but then he checks his Snapchat and he can't see her location and he can't see her story.
So she blocked it.
I don't know how to just block one person from seeing certain stories.
Okay, so I think that sometimes when you put your stories up, you could say who
you have the
wanted
option
to see. And I think that it's like only friends, or you could do like, whatever, like everyone
I know.
except.
Well, I know you cannot make it public too if you don't want like people who
Right.
aren't your friend to see it. Right.
So that's where probably it is in the settings. But he already bought a ticket to Florida to see her.
Did he discuss this with her?
Okay. We'll find out a little bit more in a little bit. So
Right.
they get the location service, but the location service on Snapchat is down to the actual location.
Right. Which is
Like,
crazy.
I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
So they find her house.
Mhm.
They find her address. They Google the address, and the address is to a woman
Right.
named Linda Nardoni, who's an older woman.
Yes.
All right. So now they text the number that they have for Linda and they ask to chat with her. They send her a voicemail and then they're like, oh, also, we sent you a voicemail.
Right.
Okay, great. So, and they send her a picture of the Zoom chat to show her that like everyone's
like,
there.
hello, we're here. Right.
Okay. So now, also he's in Ariel's office again, Neve.
Okay. I was waiting for you to bring this up as well.
Yeah.
So the editing is just choppy. I don't think he's traveling around.
No.
I just think he did some episodes from his place, some from there.
Yes,
right.
Probably like his wife was like, get out of this house.
Oh, there's too many kids. It's too loud.
If I can't be on this episode, then you can't do it in the house.
Then you can't do it here. Right.
So Neve shows up. He's wearing like a fisherman's jacket.
Okay. It was some neon.
It was a neon yellow jacket with reflective tape on it.
I thought it was like working in construction or something. I couldn't figure out what this was. Yes.
So he wears this and he's like, I want her to know that we see what's whatever.
What are you talking about?
Okay. So someone named Shawn Michael, not from the WWF.
Yes.
Okay. Shawn Michael messages Neve on Instagram and says, can I talk to you about Linda? So they add him to the Zoom and he said, listen, just stop trying to reach out. It will hurt him. And she doesn't want to do this publicly. So Cammie's like, is Linda an older woman? And he's like, listen, I'm just going to tell you that I know Linda more than just social media. Now, Neve asked him, do you know this woman? Instead of saying in real life, he's like,
he said IRL.
He said, do you know this woman IRL? Do you know this woman? And like the way it's like, why can't you just ask him if he knows her in person?
Right. Like, why can't you just be like, is this your friend? Do you guys hang out?
He was like,
yeah, I know.
Beating around the bush.
It's because he also, I feel like in these cases, sometimes he doesn't want a straight answer because they want the mystery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So now then we hear a woman's voice say, Shawn, you have to answer them. And then he turns the camera off.
Click. And then it's like, dun, dun, dun. Shawn looks like every guy I've dated, by the way.
I know. Well, so he also says that Linda does care about him.
Right. Which I'm sure, but are you Linda?
All right. Well, Shawn is like, Cammie's like, listen, Shawn is Linda.
You're right.
He lives in Beaver Creek. They find him on Facebook. He lives in Beaver Creek. He's friends with Linda Nardoni. He thinks he's gay. And Neve thinks he's gay. And then Cammie goes, yeah, that doesn't explain why he's pretending to be a Polish woman.
I mean, it's true, though.
It's a very specific thing that she
did.
So now they look on his Facebook. Jessica Nardoni is his cousin. So they message Jessica and Linda Nardoni.
Right.
And Jeremiah calls her the old lady.
I mean,
I know, but like also,
yeah.
They're like, we messaged Jessica and Linda, and he's like, oh, the old lady.
Oh, yeah, that's a little cringeworthy.
Jeremiah, you're gonna eat your words in a little bit. Anyway, so Jessica responds and is like, hey, how'd you get my Facebook? I can't Zoom. So they're like, all right, can we get you in? Can you get us in touch with Linda? And she says, I can get you in touch with his roommate.
Okay, but are they dumb? Because I followed this.
Okay, same.
Okay.
She meant Shawn's roommate.
Yeah, exactly. Not Linda's a boy, and here's Linda's roommate. Right.
Come on,
guys. What are we talking about here?
So now Monica picks up and joins the Zoom. And they're like, do you know why you're there? And she's like, yeah, of course I know why I'm here. So Monica is roommates with Shawn. And they're like, oh, so Shawn is Linda? She's like, I am Linda.
Oh, but also, okay.
Yes.
Well, as soon as I saw her, I'm like, the dark hair, very pretty girl, like very similar-ish to the pictures.
Very.
So you were thinking it was her, right?
Absolutely.
This girl is very pretty.
Super pretty. So she said her roommate Shawn called on his own and she made Linda No, well, you might relate to this. She made Linda to catfish her boyfriend.
No, I've never done that before.
But she saw Jeremiah. And they had already broken up, so she liked him. She liked that he loved God. Also, they're both in Airbnbs.
Okay, I thought he was in an Airbnb. 100%. I couldn't figure it out. I know, and her with the chair with the hello pillow on it. They were Airbnbs, right?
Okay. No, 100%.
Okay, because there wasn't anything personal anywhere.
That's the whole thing, and that's how you know.
Okay.
There wasn't even a bottle of shampoo. There wasn't a hairspray. There wasn't a deodorant. Come on.
Right. He didn't have a TV in his room. He just had like
a white bedspread. What do you think? He made it light and airy.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, this is very nice for a guy's room.
Yeah. Well, it's not true. So they're both in Airbnbs, and then she reveals that she's 23, not 30.
Okay. I mean, she looks young.
I thought she was. So she's also not Tevin, the guy from the Cash
app.
Right. She's like, I don't know. It was a text app, and it's probably someone else that used that.
And is that like a possibility?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So now she said that she was taken away from her parents when she was 6. So she says that's why she said that they died in a car crash.
So they're basically dead to her.
Right. So Cammie said that this is very strange behavior.
It is.
Monica's like, well, I don't think that I was misleading him. And she goes, literally, you were lying to him.
Yes. And she was like, no, I don't think so. And Cammie's like, you weren't malicious.
Right. But you were lying.
Yes.
Okay. So she also said that she did not know he bought a ticket to Florida. Jeremiah, what are you doing?
So Jeremiah, you're talking to a girl you've never spoken to her
in 4 months.
Face
you bought
to
a ticket.
You bought a ticket to Florida. So that makes me think there's something wrong with you too.
Right. So you know what, Monica? Good thing you lied.
Right. Monica, you dodged a bullet.
Seriously. So now Cammie also said you have no remorse. And she's like, I didn't do anything wrong.
She doesn't.
He's like, take accountability for what you did. All right. Well, Monica wants to continue with him. And he said, I love that he's like, well, you are attractive and love God.
Okay. I know.
And what he meant by that was like, you're hot. I'll bang you.
Like, you're hot. So it's like, you're hot. You know what? The other girl, I thought she was hot. I think you're hot. I'll bang everyone.
Right. Sure. Whatever. So Cammie is like, okay, cool. Jeremiah, she could be crazy.
And he's like, meh.
And then Monica's like, hey, Jeremiah, do you feel like your trust was broken? And he's like, oh, I think everything's okay.
Right. It's because she was good looking.
All the time. So they make an ice cream date, blah, blah, blah. So the update is that they talk every day. And their first date was going to Chuck E. Cheese with his kid.
Okay. So that's a nightmare date, right?
Let me tell you a story.
Tell me.
Who's my favorite person in this world? Alec Baldwin, Joey Fatone.
Okay. I was going to say me, but okay.
If Alec Baldwin and Joey Fatone joined forces.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're both going to date you. We're both going to date you exclusively. We love you. We want to praise you.
Both exclusively.
Both exclusively. Our first date is going to be in hearing distance of Chuck E. Cheese. I'd be like, that's so weird. My mom won't let me go.
I would go for Ben Affleck. I don't know what you're thinking.
Nope. Okay, you're going to go to Chuck E. Cheese and get diseases.
No, I wouldn't stand. I wouldn't sit.
Oh, you wouldn't stand or sit. You would float. You would levitate.
That's what
I wouldn't stand or sit either because I would be dead and I would be looking down at you guys from heaven.
I bet I would just stand.
That's
like
what
I wouldn't
would
get in the ball pit. You know what I mean?
Noelle.
That's norovirus haven.
Exactly. I have to hang out with your kid the first time we meet. I have to hang out with your baby child.
Yeah, but also, aren't people supposed to like wait before they introduce their kid?
But this is what I mean. This is the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dating a guy with a kid. They're co-parenting very well. Maybe meet up with her on the day that you don't have your kid.
Here's the thing. If she looked different, if she looked like some of our old typical catfishes, not the most attractive, they never would have hung out. He would have been like, I don't trust you.
Noelle, 1000%. But what I'm trying to tell our listeners is that
don't go to Chuck E. Cheese.
If your first date is even suggesting that Chuck E. Cheese is where you meet up,
yes,
get away. Abort. Because even if you have kids, they should not be involved in your first day meeting a stranger.
No, you wouldn't want to meet. If it were me, it would be like 6 months that I'll meet your kids.
You're meeting a stranger.
Yeah. Right. Like you don't know if she's going to come wielding a machete.
Right. You're meeting like an all the way stranger.
A stranger who has no remorse either about misleading
you. Who lied to you.
Yeah. Who pretended she was a Polish lady.
Okay. Also, where did this all right.
Right. Where did this come from?
All right. The pictures of Linda.
Yeah.
When they were like, she's Polish, I was like, that's not even true.
Okay. I wrote, she's not Polish.
Okay. Whoever is in those photos is not Polish. Also, who were Neve, Cammie.
You guys have to ask the pressing questions.
Who were the pictures of?
Yeah. Where did these come from?
That girl was Hispanic.
Yes.
What are you
It's
doing?
like, I don't think you know what a Polish person
Okay, I would have Googled
like.
Polish lady. Also, why did you make her Polish?
Right. Something that you're not.
A Polish hairdresser that's 30.
That's only been in the country since she's 7. Yeah, I don't know.
It's so specific.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know why.
Also, why not?
Why not make it easier for yourself? Why make the catfish so complicated?
There's an accent involved now.
Right. There's a lot to keep up with.
It's too much.
And that's what makes me think she didn't take it seriously.
Right. But also, exactly. Because you know what? If you really like this guy, there's nothing wrong with you. You could just tell him and he'll like you too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, clearly.
I would have been like, I made this account, found out my boyfriend was cheating on me. But while I was on here, I saw you. You're really cute. Why don't you text me? I'll send you my real pictures.
Absolutely. And he would have been like, okay.
Yeah. And she would have been like, oh, cool. All right. But she's a crazy person.
Yeah, she's a crazy person. She has crazy eyes.
Person.
Yes. He's a desperate person. That's the problem.
Desperado.
He's desperate. He's a desperado.
He is. And he's like, she likes God.
Right. Which is an excuse.
Go to church. Go to church and find any female there.
Yes. You're right.
She's like, I'm spiritual. You're not. You're
No,
full
you're not.
of bull pippy.
Yeah, right. You know what it is? Her ex-boyfriend was terrible.
Yes.
Now she needs to find someone completely opposite.
Yes.
So it's like,
Also,
let me look for a godly man.
I bet you anything that if you looked at her stamp card from church, it hasn't been stamped in a very long time.
Definitely not.
Okay.
Empty passport.
Where do you think in the Bible it says, thou shalt lie about your identity?
Thou shalt lie about your accent.
And thou shalt lie about your parents being dead.
I know.
They got killed very specifically in a car crash.
But that's what it's always a car crash.
Which book of the Bible is that one?
I don't know. Maybe Genesis.
I think
maybe
it's Leviticus. Leviticus has a lot of bad shit in it.
Oh, man.
Noelle.
Oh, yeah.
You're not even supposed to wear mixed fibers. You're not supposed to like wear wool and polyester and cotton together.
Why? What happens?
It's in Leviticus. You can't mix fibers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I mix. Do I mix patterns too? Are you not supposed to do that?
Well, that's the book of Tim Gunn. That's the book of Tim, chapter 3, verse 4.
Oh, he's always wearing that gingham. I love gingham.
I love Tim Gunn.
Yeah, me too.
Noelle.
Yeah.
Bad episode of Catfish. Also,
bad episode.
How staged was this phone call with Sean?
Oh, but it's like, why is this happening? It's
He's like, hello,
time.
I am Sean. I am Sean. Sean,
so they could use that in the trailer for the episode.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. And then you're confused if it's a guy, if it's a girl. I just love how my favorite thing was when Cammie was like, okay, he's gay, but why is he a Polish woman?
Right. That's very funny.
But also,
I love
why
her.
was she a Polish woman?
Why was she a Polish woman? That wasn't
Why was she a Polish
woman.
hairdresser? Is that a fantasy of hers?
Maybe that's what gets her off. Oh,
She's
no.
Like, sometimes I like to role play that I'm a 30-year-old Polish hairdresser with dead parents.
Right.
Well, it's weird stuff. It's really weird stuff.
It is really weird. Yeah, it is weird.
Well, guys, make sure you're checking out 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk, Teen Mom Trash Talk, and you love our podcast. You're going to give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review. Thank you so much for listening. And guess what? We have stickers for sale. They're $4. You could Venmo me at Tracey-Carnazzo, and they are our logo. And also join our Facebook group. It's up and running. Catfish Trash Talk Podcast. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. You can follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram and Twitter. And Noelle is at Noe Girl. And we love you.
We love you. Don't forget to tell a friend, but only one.
Tell one friend. Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. Bye.
Bye.